irresponsibility, incompetence, arbitrariness, indifference, inability. Yes, inability. Many of the problems we face stem from the inability of the country's leaders. It's hard to comprehend how certain things become problems in this country. How do they manage to turn non-issues into problems? Here's an example. The chaos surrounding speed cameras. Yes, they've turned this into complete chaos, a total mess. They've turned a system that worked perfectly well into an impasse. They removed the working cameras and supposedly replaced them with smarter ones, but they can't get them to work. For months, the same story has been repeating itself. Are the speed cameras working or not? The Prime Minister says one thing, the Minister of Transportation says another. Then they both try to align their statements, but it doesn't work. They've turned it into a complete mess. All signs point to the cameras not working, but the Minister of Transportation keeps saying, like trying to scare someone with the bogeyman, that the cameras are working and that many drivers have been fined. These speed detection cameras, supposedly capable of all sorts of tricks, were initially supposed to detect only speeding violations, but apparently they can't even do that. During budget discussions, the police chief, who was present at the committee meeting, said that they had not yet taken over the management of the new cameras. In a way, this statement indirectly contradicted government officials. To this day, the speed detection cameras have not been handed over to the police. On the other hand, the Minister of Transportation keeps talking about not being able to distribute the accumulated fines to citizens. Yes, fines have not been distributed for a very long time. They have accumulated, and this is the biggest of the standing inabilities. You can't even notify citizens of old fines, you can't collect the money, but you bring in so-called smart cameras to replace the existing ones and install them? What good are smart cameras to incompetent managers like you? What difference would it make if you brought in super smart cameras? Then they say that the fines they couldn't notify citizens about have exceeded 100,000, and that people with accumulated fines will have difficulty paying them. And many people will lose their licenses due to accumulated penalty points. So, because citizens will be victimized due to the government's irresponsibility, they have drafted a bill to pardon the fines. First, they brought it to Parliament and then withdrew it at the last minute. There's no equivalent to this bill anywhere in the world. Apparently, this bill provided for the pardoning of fines resulting from speed cameras until the end of 2026. When my grandmother and mother got angry, they would say, "Inallahi mea sabirin." This phrase means something like, "Surely God is with those who are patient." Now I say, "Inallahi mea sabirin," in response to this bizarre bill. It's a good thing you withdrew it, because we would probably have been the first country in the world to pardon a crime that had not yet been committed. The government would have made history in the business of pardoning speed camera fines until 2026, huh? So you're going to pardon the crime before it is committed? The justification being accumulated fines that couldn't be notified to citizens? I wonder who might have believed all of that. This bill reminded me of the movie Minority Report, directed by Steven Spielberg and starring Tom Cruise. The movie is set in the future, in 2054, and in that year, crimes were detected before they were committed, when they crossed the criminal's mind, and the person was caught before the crime was carried out. Our government must have been influenced by the film Minority Report, as it proposes to pardon speed camera offences that have not yet been committed. Whatever happened, they withdrew the bill the other day. Many people who heard about the bill are now convinced that these cameras are not working and are speeding through these areas. Bravo, you've managed to do that too. You are doing dubious things, leaving the questions many people have about these cameras unanswered. Speed detection cameras are a sign of incompetence, ignorance, and arbitrariness. Do you see what we are talking about? What is the world dealing with, and what are we dealing with? The world's agenda is war, while we are dealing with our local, obscure agendas. Many issues that disappeared from the world's agenda many years ago and ceased to be problems are still problems for us. Believe me, it's a very demoralizing situation.